Hello, this is Mr. Chabry. We're getting another EBA battle right here. This is going to be a battle against the Silmar Sylvians. This is coached by Sharpedo 43. We've battled them before, and I feel like we actually got lucky on the last battle because that Registil that he had could have pretty much stalled out our team. So looking at my team, this is my team right here. The same team, we haven't made any changes. Real quick, we'll look at my opponent's team. And this is a scary team. Last time, I was pretty sure that he would probably bring Trick Room. However, he did not. So, I'm basically going to go with more or less the same Pokemon as last time. Only, we're going to, instead of bringing Jolteon, we're going to bring Salazzle. That's going to give me something to take on his Registil. Because Registil is such a bulky Pokemon. And if you watched our last battle, you would know that the only reason we were able to bring that thing down was we hit a few Focus Blasts. A very critical Focus Blast, too, with Mega Alakazam on the field. So with that, we're going to actually have Salazzle here. We're actually going to also bring Snorlax, just in case he does go for a Trick Room set. However, Snorlax is there just in case. I don't really think we'll see that. I mean, it's very possible. Last time we kind of, miscalculated on the Weavile, so I think we made sure the Weavile is not going to outspeed our Alakazam this time. We also got lucky because we were able to get a substitute up in the face of Weavile. So, that being said, we're going to hop over here as we wait for our opponent to select the team. Go ahead and do that. So I've got this going for me. We'll write down our information so that way we can keep track of the knockouts and stuff. Of course, we're bringing Zam, Araquanid, Mandibuzz, Salazzle, Snorlax, and our beautiful Lele. Pretty similar to last time we battled my opponent, only I think we really do need that Salazzle, because without Salazzle, we really don't have an option for Registil. So my hope is that we can hit something with the Salazzle. Like, we've got Overheat on it. Of course, Overheat actually more than likely won't be enough to take down Registil just because it's so bulky, but it can do up to 70%. So that kind of chip damage would be very helpful in the situation that we end up, having to bring something else in to face down Registil. And the thing about Registil is it doesn't really have that good of recovery. It could have rest, but most of the time they're not going to be running rest. Let's see what my opponent has brought. We've got pretty similar to last time, I think. Nothing outright says this is a Trick Room team, so hopefully that's not going to be a thing. We see the Toxicroak, the Armaldo. We've got Registil, of course. The Guard. We've got Weavile. That thing's pretty scary. And Rotom. Neat. So, looking at this, what do I want to lead with? I feel like the safest lead. I want to lead Araquanid. Araquanid actually does quite a bit for me. Say my opponent leads Rotom Heat. I should take... I can take Volt Switches for days. Say my opponent has like a Thunderbolt. I think Araquanid should be our lead, because it does quite a bit, and if I need to, I can get Sticky Webs. I don't think that this is going to be a Trick Room team just by looking at that. But, you know, just in case, we'll look up here. Thunderbolt. Yeah, we could take a Thunderbolt. We're doing more with Liquidation than my opponent would be doing with a Thunderbolt. So, there's the Rotom Heat, of course. If this thing has like a Z move, still won't take us out first turn. What's my opponent got? Toxicroak is a very likely switch in here. So with that, I'm going to go Sticky Web first. Because I think we're going to see a Volt Switch. I don't think we're going to see this thing want to stay in on me. I think we're going to see a Volt Switch first. And then Toxicroak come in. Because it's got Dry Skin. And if I go Liquidation, it's not going to do anything. The Toxicroak do. That thing could have Swords Dance, and I'm kind of nervous about that. And, of course, we can't really do much to it. There's the Volt Switch. We get the Sticky Web up. We kind of need something to switch in to this thing. And Mandibuzz is going to be our switch in. Because Mandibuzz takes a hit pretty well. It's not wanting to 1v1 it, though. Let me look at this. So Lele can switch in if we don't see a Gunk Shot. But a Gunk Shot would be really nasty right now. I think we have to go Mandibuzz. Let me pull that back up. Yeah, Mandibuzz can take a hit, and we've got U-Turn. I think that's probably the best option for us. So that way, we can U-Turn and get Lele in for free. And Lele is Scarfed. So once we get Lele in, we won't have to worry about Sucker Punches. We just go for a Psyshock. We just click Psyshock. Of course, Weavile could come in. That'd be kind of risky. Yeah, but I think that's probably the best option. We can scare Toxicroak out, which is the main thing that I would like to do. Right, Poison Jab onto our Mandibuzz, which is pretty nice. We don't take that much damage from it. This thing should be faster, I think, too. So, do I go for a knockoff here? Or just go for the U-turn? Things often carry Life Orb, but this one did not. I'm going to click U-turn. Should be slower than this thing. I'm going to say that I'm slower than this thing. Could be down to, you know, speed IVs and everything, speed EVs too. But mine has no investment in speed. And if Toxicroak does not have investment in speed, I would be surprised. Even if it had no investment, I should be slower than it too, so yeah. Of course, this thing could have a speed reducing nature, which surprised me. We're going to see a withdrawal. Out will come the Rotom Heat once again. Okay. Go ahead and fire off that U-turn. Rotom Heat. We need something that can scare this thing out. Something that can do a lot of damage. Lele can do about 70. Yeah, we need something that can come in and just do a ton of damage. I could get Snorlax in. Go for a Curse. Glazzle can two-shot with Sludge Wave. Potentially. Yeah, we can't go Araquanid just because Toxicroak pretty much does whatever it wants to that thing. I feel like Lele is my best option. And Weavile could come in, but I feel like Registeel is more than likely the switch that we'll see. Because it is pretty bulky Pokemon. It can take hits like no other. Registeel comes out. Psyshock's still the best option. I think we'll go for it. Alright, so my opponent stays in. I'm okay with that because we get some nice damage onto that thing. Doesn't necessarily tell my opponent that I am Scarf. Doesn't necessarily, unless that Rotom is Scarfed. I want to see my opponent's reaction to that. I feel like if my opponent goes Weavile, let's say that's a Mega Gardevoir. We still don't know for certain. Thing does not. Thing could have Pixelate. Psyshock still does good damage to it, but dang. According to this, Psyshock still do some good damage to it. Let's Psyshock see. I mean, we can't switch our moves or anything, but I just want to see what Psyshock does for us. Because Gardevoir doesn't have the best defense stat. Psyshock attacks according to that defense stat right there. So according to this, it should do about 50%. Nice. There's a Hyper Voice. We will take that. Yeah, so I feel like my opponent has to switch here. I feel like my opponent has to switch. So we're going to go Araquanid here. Could have went into Salazzle, but yeah, I feel like Araquanid is a safer play because Weavile, very pop. Yeah, there's that Weavile. Get the speed reduction on that thing. Knockoff does so much to us. Thing does so much to all of my Pokemon. Alright, my best thought is maybe we can go for a lunge. We're going to see a withdrawal. Out comes the Registeel. We get to reduce this thing's attack, I think. What lunge does sometimes. It's not going to reduce its thing, though. Registeel is on the field. I don't see it really doing much to me. So, I want to go into Salazzle here. I feel like that is probably the best play. I think my opponent's going to go for something like Stealth Rocks. Something like that. If I can go into Salazzle here, that would be pretty nice. We're going to see the Stealth Rocks right there. We could go Toxic. I mean, if this thing has Earthquake, though, it's going to be kind of a problem. Huge problem. What does my opponent have as a switch in? I feel like Overheat's probably the best option for me at this moment, so I'm going to click Overheat. Get some nice damage on something. Armaldo comes in. Oh, how much Armaldo will it take from an Overheat? Should do some good damage. Should do some good damage. Yeah. Not enough for a 2-hit KO after that reduction. But what I could do is try to go into Snorlax here and see if I can get some curses up. Because looking at this, there's not really much it could actually do to me. I feel like we're going to see a rapid spin. And I still would like to get a curse up. So let's go ahead and try to get curse going for us. We'll probably, if I have to guess, see Registeel eventually, because that thing is pretty bulky. But with a curse, we can do a lot of damage to that. Yeah, so I don't know what my opponent brings in. Probably Toxic. How much do we take after? We can take a Drain Punch from +1. What else would this thing possibly? Alright, we could actually take close combat if this thing does have that. So I'm going to go Earthquake here. I think that is my best option. Just click Earthquake. My opponent... Yeah, if my opponent goes into Rotom, that's not a problem. Rotom can't really do much to me. Earthquake takes care of Registeel as well. We can hit this Toxicroak. We should live... Alright, we're going to get hit with a Toxic. It's going to actually help our Facade out, too. I just want to say that. Alright. We'll take out the Toxicroak. Nice. We get a kill with Snorlax right off the bat right there. We should tank some hits. Out comes Gardevoir. We should actually take some hits from Gardevoir as well. Like, very nicely take hits. So we're going to Facade here. Facade should do a nice, you know, just take this thing out. We should take a Hyper Voice pretty easily. Alright, we've got the Ayapa Berry. Let's get rid of this thing with a Facade. Nice. My opponent could have Low Kick. Or Low Sweep. Which one is it? Low Kick, I think it is. On Weavile. That could become a problem for us. Let me see, what could Weavile do? We see the Registeel now, too. Like I said, I'm not too worried about Registeel. Could be a 2-hit KO with Earthquake. And right now, basically what we're doing is just going ahead and trying to get some nice damage on everything. Clinch. No point in getting a Recycle. So I feel like our best option is just Earthquake here. And hope that we don't flinch again, because we really need an Earthquake on this Registeel. You really need this Earthquake on Registeel. We need some sort of chip damage on Registeel is what I'm trying to say. Because this thing is so bulky, and Salazzle can't even take it out with an Overheat on its own. So we need some chip damage so Salazzle can come in, hit this thing really hard with an Overheat and just overpower it. Because Registeel is such a bulky Pokemon. It really is. Ironhead, please don't flinch. Snorlax. Thank you, Snorlax. That's the damage that we needed for Salazzle. That right there is the damage that we really need it for Salazzle. And Snorlax goes down. I think that's counted as indirect on Registeel, even though it was Toxicroak that's got that. I think it's based on whoever is out there at the time. Let's see, Salazzle can come in and overheat. What else could do some good damage to this thing? Maybe Zam could come in now. Well, Zam can't do anything. Lele can't really overpower this thing either. We really do need Salazzle to come in at this moment. Salazzle, hop on out here. I feel like my opponent might go into Rotom Heat. Just because, you know, thing can take some damage pretty well. See here. Flamethrower should take this thing out, actually. Can Rotom Heat do to us in... Rotom Heat might actually be able to take us out. I think I have to go Overheat just to get some good damage on whatever switches in. Luckily, we don't have anything switch in. We just Overheat Registeel. I was going maximum damage there. Alright, so Registeel goes down to Salazzle. And I'm wanting to keep Salazzle alive, just because it's so good for us, especially against the remainder of my opponent's Pokemon. Now that Registeel and Toxicroak are gone, Sludge Wave would be so much better. So I might have to bring something out to sack off in the face of Weavile. Change. I don't think, you know, Rakwood would be nice to keep, but the only thing it's really good against is Rotom Heat. Everything else, it gives us some problems. Honestly, Mandibuzz doesn't. I mean, because my opponent's got two physical attackers, Armaldo and Weavile. And they both make quick work of Mandibuzz. Rotom Heat, I think, could probably make really quick work as well, yeah. So, I think once, yeah, Armaldo comes out, we're going to have to sack something off. We don't kill this thing with Salazzle at this point, do we? Let's just double check. We've been reduced. Special attack has been dropped twice. No, we don't take this thing out. But we can go Mandibuzz and sack that off. Yeah. So we're just going to let Mandibuzz go down. You've done a good job of doing nothing, Mandibuzz. We're just going to let you go. Take one for the team. A Rock Slide. Mandibuzz survives, actually. And we should outspeed. Say this thing has full speed investment. We should actually outspeed this thing, surprisingly. Let's go ahead and click Knock Off. Get rid of this thing's item, whatever it could be. Just let Mandibuzz go down. If we can get some chip damage on Armaldo here, we're in a lot better of a situation. Alright, let's knock off something off of Rotom Heat, actually. Okay. I'm okay with knocking this thing's item off. Leftovers. Okay. And we're going to let Mandibuzz take one for the team. Luckily, we got that leftovers gone. I'm just click Toxic. We're going to go down next turn anyway, so I might as well just let this thing Volt Switch where we have basically control over what we do. Mandibuzz goes down to Rotom. And Rotom gets a direct kill. I think no matter what, I have to go Lele to get that terrain going, because if Weavile is here, it can Sucker Punch everything. And I have to prevent Sucker Punch. I think, honestly, Rotom, where was Rotom? It was about 50% health, right? 2 Moonblast should do the job on Rotom. So Weavile comes out, we just easily Moonblast. Weavile comes out, we just easily go for a Moonblast. Pretty sure we're going to see Weavile. What about Armaldo? Moonblast should take Armaldo out as well from this range. I think Armaldo was 50%. So here comes Weavile. Oh gosh, this thing is so scary. Such a scary Pokemon. We gotta go Lele. Get our terrain in order. Prevent, you know, priority moves. And just Moonblast. Really nervous. I'm actually really nervous right now. Can Salazzle live a Sucker Punch? It cannot. This thing is scarfed. Oh, jeez. That's really bad. So, yeah, this thing is fairly certain to scarf. Knockoff takes out Salazzle. Plot to Araquanid. Mega Zam goes. Oh, jeez. I think this is the sweep that we were fearing last time. I think this is the sweep that we were fearing last time. Honestly, according to this, Liquidation does more for us. I'm going to go Lunge. I don't think it matters, but I'm clicking Lunge. That way, we do somehow survive a knockoff, which I doubt. We can have a chance to reduce its attack. So now I think our win strategy is to somehow get our boy Zam behind a substitute. I think that's our strategy once again. Man, those sticky webs going away was actually really bad. My opponent does make a switch. You see here. I don't think my opponent. I think we get swept by Weavile here. I really do. Yeah, knock off. I think we go down to that. Don't. Please give us an attack drop. The only way we win. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, hold on. We punch this information back in. Oh my gosh. Alright, so this thing is, I'm fairly certain, scarfed. Oh my gosh. Zam, you live a hit. I'm gonna click liquidation. I think we go down, but that hit something on switch in. Actually, what I should have done was just click sticky webs. Should have just clicked sticky webs there. My opponent switches out, we get the speed reduction that we need. Yeah, darn. Darn, 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 darn. Okay. How do we come back from this? That was a bad misplay. That was like a bad misplay. We should have went sticky webs there. Should have went sticky webs. According to this, we have a slight chance to survive with Zam. Very slight. Salazzle, where are you at health-wise, Salazzle? You'll be around probably 50%, so yeah, you're not living anything. We should have went webs. Should have went webs right there. We went webs. I think we would have had this. We went webs. We would have had this. Would have had that. Darn. I think, honestly, our only hope is if we survive this roll. And it is a roll. If we survive this roll, we're good. It is seriously down to a roll here. There's a 68% chance that we lose this one to Weavile. 68% chance, guys, that Weavile takes out Zam here. %68 chance. Oh, come on, Zam. Okay. That was totally not in our favor. That's okay, man. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them. And there's no way we're living this with Salazzle. We should have sticky webbed. We would have won if we sticky webbed there. We would have won. We went sticky webs. Just click flamethrower because it don't. We would have won if we went sticky web. But good game, Sharpedo. Unfortunately, we made a big misplay there at that end game that cost us the game. Jeez, we could have won that one. I should have went sticky web there. I should have looked at that a little bit longer and realized sticky web would have been the game for us, because we would have outsped that thing, even though it scarfed with our Zam and just won the game. We should have sticky webbed, and I'm going to keep kicking myself for doing that. But anyway, if you guys like this battle, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in the next Pokemon video.